It's a new eye-opening production that has hit the Israeli stage called Sharif. Now, the story focuses on the difficult plight of the many Palestinians in the LGBT community who have sometimes sought a form of refuge in Israel, where they can live at least out of the closet despite other difficulties they may face. But beyond directing his latest theater production, Tomer Aldubi is also the founder and executive director of the organization Fighting Online Anti-Semitism. He lectures on cyber hate and the methods of monitoring online anti-Semitism. So on all that, and all the above here, we're joined by Tomer Aldubi, writer and director of Sharif, in the studio with us. Thanks for joining us. I mean, first of all, I want to talk about Sharif, this production. I know it's on stage now. I know it's already played in a couple places in Israel. I think due up in Jaffa here today, even we were discussing. So we can talk about that, but describe the difficult situation that you discovered, facing the West Bank's, LGBTQ community, that led you to get into, or motivated you to tell the story.
I started to investigate this story 3 years ago. I met some Palestinians that had the chance to flee and to come to Israel, and they told me their stories.
Wow.
First, it was very difficult to understand the stories and the meaningful of the difficulties they had.
I want to interject. I mean, in the West Bank, right? I mean, it's illegal to even discuss, I think, LGBT issues, much less advocate for it. Like, you're not allowed to talk about it out there even.
Exactly. This is the main reason of those people that come to Israel.
Wow.
Usually, if they have any chance to stay in the West Bank, usually they prefer that because of their families, because of the language. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when they come to Israel, it's really the last chance for them to still stay alive. Yeah.
Is it really a solution? I mean, has it turned out to be a safe haven, for these individuals?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for the short term, this might be a short-term solution. Eventually, currently today, the Israeli state, the Israeli government will not let them to stay.
Right. That's
a
whole other layer of challenge.
They need to move to another place.
Look, it's one thing to tackle this difficult, complex story, but another thing to take it and put it together into an Israeli stage production. I mean, what went into that? The challenges you've encountered. Telling it in an authentic way, I understand. You've got some of the right people on stage doing this. How did it come together? How challenging has this been?
It was very difficult, I think, to find the cast and the people that wanted to be involved in this topic. Also, among the Israeli Arab society, it was difficult when I found some actors and I asked them to play a gay on stage.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult to find the right people that really wanted to be part of that. I'm very happy I got the chance to work with Arabs and Jews together. It's really a mixed production. It's very important, and it's also in Hebrew and Arabic as well.
Great. How's it being received? I mean, just to plug the show a little bit, it's already been, I understand, Haifa, Petah Tikva, coming to the Tel Aviv area now. I mean, how's it going, essentially, on stage?
The comments are amazing. We had many Palestinians from the LGBTQ society and also Jews from this society as well. They came, they watched. I think they loved it. And also they felt, at least the Palestinians, that someone really told their stories for the first time.
That's remarkable. For the first time. Is that true? Is this sort of the first sort of, bright light to be shined on this issue? I can't think of any other examples like this. So you're breaking the mold in some ways, sort of really putting this in front of people, telling that story. Have you faced threats? I mean, are you facing some danger?
I faced lots of racism comments online. When I started to do this independent production, I raised some money and donations from the public, and I faced some very bad comments, including from the Israeli LGBTQ society. And recently,
really? That's shocking on its own.
Yeah, I mean, I was sure that the Israeli gay society, LGBTQ society, would be much more open to the topic.
Even welcoming or celebrating this.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the same, but then
why not?
I think whenever someone is talks about Arab, or even, let's say, they consider that worse as talking about Palestine.
Wow, yeah.
I think they might be, they will not like it that a lot.
Wow, so those you found in the work of those sensitivities, that tension and distance is even in some ways more powerful than the unity in the common struggle that people are facing on either sides of, say, quote unquote, the wall. That's fascinating. I think this would resonate largely with international communities, the U.S., Europe. Are you looking in that direction? Are you trying to take this internationally as well?
Yes, and now the text is also written in English. It's translated into English, and I'm looking for any theater abroad that want to be part of this story.
I think these are places where it's a little less, sensitive to the
exactly.
living on the ground and the conflict. Yeah. People that like to see these kind of things.
Yeah, and I believe it also shows the conflict in a different way. Many people do not talk about that, but it really shows the conflict, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, in a different way. And eventually, when Palestinians, they're looking for other countries to adopt them as refugees, wow. And this is time for us, for European countries and other countries, to really know more about the topic.
Look, I've got about a minute left with you here. I want you to at least tell us a little bit about the fighting online anti-Semitism, your efforts in this arena, especially these days. It seems like this is where the war is, anti-Semitism. Is it nonstop? I mean, are you encouraged, discouraged by what you're doing? Tell us about the fight you're fighting there.
So we focus on monitoring content online, on Twitter and other platforms as well. And yes, now there has been a rise in anti-Semitism, for sure. I think this is the only good thing out of Kanye West, raising awareness for this.
Yeah, okay.
This is the only
Fair
good
enough.
thing. But we continue monitoring and removing the content. It's possible. We hope that one day we can eradicate everything, but it takes time.
Tomer, you're taking on some major issues here, fighting the good fights. Tomer Aldubi, thanks for being with us. Writer, director, Sharif. Good luck with the production. Look forward to seeing it myself, and I encourage anyone looking in from abroad to follow your work here, certainly when it comes to fighting anti-Semitism as well. So thanks for being with us, Tomer.
Thank you very much.